Welcome to Fort Collins, Colorado, home to the Colorado State Rams, settled at just over 5,000 feet, and we have a game that will live up to the altitude. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game. As we'll see, the UConn Huskies taking on a team from the Mountain West, the Colorado State Rams. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. UConn will deliver the opening kickoff, and we'll get this game going. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Fowler Nicolosi. They're working that left side. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. So, Jesse, they're able to connect on the crossing route against the zone. You run that pattern against that coverage. What do you have to keep in mind?
Well, the receiver needs to know where the soft spot is in the defense so he can gear himself down. And the quarterback, Reese, has to play with great timing. Because if he's too early or too late on the throw, that might get bit.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And that inside linebacker showing you the speed and the recognition. He saw a gap and saw a crease and a free path to the quarterback, and woo, he took it.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. After making the interception, ran that thing back to the 18-yard line.
Job number one for a defense is to create negative plays, to create turnovers. How about this? Opening drive of the football game, getting the big turnover, setting your offense up in great position, and building some mojo. This defense, that is a picture-perfect start.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. To the air on 1st down. Got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll run the toss. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. The sure hands. It's Ross. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Avan. Flying down the right side. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado State.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. UConn going back to work on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. To the air. It's Fagnano. Swings it out to the flat. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
Going with the ground game left. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Hansen. There he goes. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Man, that is a huge play for the defense because they had to stop the bleeding. On the very last play, they gave up an explosive one, and all of a sudden it feels like the defense is on their heels. But what a great job in an individual effort, winning up front, getting around the block, and getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play.
Zips it out to his man. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat. It's great to spread the ball around and fool him, but if you've got a dude, feed him, and they are.
No doubt, Reese. That guy is a problem. I mean, you got a receiver that's so talented out wide, hard to cover. Go to him once, go to him, shoot. Let's go to him a third.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, UConn! Can these guys guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead.
That makes the score. UConn 14, Colorado State 7.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Colorado State takes over the Ram. Offense returns to the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
A strike downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Now on first down from the 43. The running back has it. Showing off the arm. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Wide receivers everywhere on 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Unloads it left. Rolls it in. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown Rams.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they force the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. To throw, it's Fagnano. Got a man, it's Porter. At the 35, he's open. Hits the afterburners. He's at the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Huskies. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Finally, a defense. Looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last two drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think. It's setting up fourth down, and that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
With the catch, it's Brown. Pulled down for the tackle.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The Rams line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Dupree. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get in rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on 3rd down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field to get some more points.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Back has it. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Will we see more offensive firepower on display, or will the defenses finally find their footing? We're ready to go here in the second. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. The give to the left. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got his man downfield. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They go to the ground. Not just hard-nosed running, that's cement-nosed running as he gets it to the 25.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Rams can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Makes the catch. It's a bunt. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the bill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
The Rams will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Dupree. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And the Rams are threatening on 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up.
Trying to rumble in. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado State. All tied up after that one. Possible shootout coming.
The offense does its job, and now the pressure switches back to the other offense. Points at a premium.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The UConn offense goes back to work. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Bell. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Got it in the middle. It's Hansen. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 26. Wants to throw again. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Looking for room. It's Edwards. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
And the Huskies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. A first down run on the doorstep. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Barnes is ahead. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Didn't move it a millimeter on that last play, and now they'll try it again on 3rd and goal from the 1. to pass. It's Fagnano. Touchdown, Huskies. The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
Yeah, these guys are just on the same page. They rep this play in practice over and over and over for this exact type of situation. QB, there was no question where he was going with that football in that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They marched 78 yards down the field, and it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the right. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. The Rams will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
Handoff to the single running back. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Back to throw, it's Fagnano. Pulls it in, it's Murphy. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Huskies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Brown. Running through contact. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
First and goal.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
UConn comes to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Kttn.
It's now second and goal.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, UConn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 0.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Set to kick this one.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Dupree. At the 35, he's loose. Smashes through the tackle. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
Who needs a 2-minute offense when you're this explosive? This offense creates the big play, completely flips the field position right away, now in a position to go ahead and score points before the half.
The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it first and 10 outside the 30. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They'll go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. UConn quick to the line. To the air, it's Fagnano. Great style points on that catch, but they didn't pick up any yardage. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Wide open downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
Timeout, UConn.
UConn comes to the line after getting another first down. Wants to throw on first down. He caught it! And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll try to power it in. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. And the Rams will kick it away to start the second half. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
First and 10.
UConn going back to work on offense. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Starting this third quarter on the ground. Still running at the 40. Breaks into the open. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Fires to the right. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Now facing a 3rd and long. It's a draw. Runs through the tackle. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Dropping back, it's Fagnano. Just a little off. Incomplete. This quarterback needs to stay true to his mechanics. He just sort of heaved it up off the back foot.
And these mechanics are crazy. You see all these quarterbacks on the field with towels before games and doing that little salsa thing that you see quarterbacks with their hips, you know, popping through. But it makes sense because you have to have that good, strong base underneath you. Otherwise, you start to sail that football and miss your target.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Missed the field goal, but still up by 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Brown. Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Wants to fire on second down. Got his man to the left. Turns on the Jets. At the 20. Touchdown, Colorado State. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Man, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The UConn offense goes back to work. Their lead down to 2 touchdowns as they go back to work on this drive. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Dropping back, it's Fagnano. Fires to the big fella. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
They're going to run it to the right. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Murphy. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. That's reeled in. It's Bell. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
This UConn offense really has it going. Power football with the run. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Huskies will have it 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. DB's right up on the receivers. He'll try the left side. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. So it's an 80-yard drive, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run.
Colorado State, 28.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wants to go up top. This time it's complete. At the 45, on his way. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Dupree. He's like a pinball with attitude out there, hammering ahead to the 30.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
The Rams can really attack on this 2nd and short. Unleashes one. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
You know, this defense knew the offense was going to try to take shots vertically down the field and do it in a variety of ways. That time, they were able to defend the corner route and swat the ball down.
They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that third down and short.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
Back to pass on second down. And it's picked off right at the goal line. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah, I beg to differ.
They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Give to Brown. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. We can only imagine more fireworks ahead here in the fourth. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking for a man. It's Fagnano. Right down the middle. Finds a tight end down the gut. And the defense drags him down. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
From the gun on third down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
The Huskies have it with a 1st and 10. He leaves it with the back. Fighting off the defender. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And the Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. Defense just going after him. They stop him for a loss of 6.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock. And they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Looking to throw, it's Fagnano. Finds his man, it's Bell. The stiff arm, and now he's got room. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
This UConn offense really has it going. Looking for room, it's Edwards.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll go right back to it. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule. It makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Catch in the middle, it's Hansen. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
The Huskies started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Makes the grab on the left. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies here, and he stopped from getting the first down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Back to pass, it's Fagnano. Lets it fly. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, UConn!
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Rides to the back. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
Well, this running back has been the only guy, obviously, who's touched the ball these first two plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on third down expecting him to get the ball again.
Trying play action. Steps away to find some room. On the run, deep down the right side. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
UConn going back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles into the ground.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great game.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
People talk about physical tackles all the time. That's how you deliver the boom. Lower your pads, run your feet, take that guy from him going forward to flat backwards on his back.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And on 4th down, they'll come up and take the knee.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, the stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. On the run, it's Dupree. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice game for this offense and make 2nd and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows your quarterback, too, to take a breath and exhale.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Oh, he's got some space. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Colorado State.
And it's a math equation. Nice job. He sees the numbers. I got numbers numbers out wide. I got blockers that can go make a play. Get it to my playmaker. He does the rest. Gets in for 6.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with a 44-yard touchdown pass. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. Scoreboard operator got a workout in this one. Fun game for us to watch, but they can't come up with a W.
Yeah, and it's a team game, right? The offense did their job, but now defense will have to find a way in the future to make better plays, get stops, and stop them scoring so many points, especially when your offense does their job.
And we see a lot of games like this in college football when both offenses are just trading blows back and forth, and it just comes down to which defense can get a stop. And unfortunately for the losing team, they just were not able to get it done.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.